Time to talk Dallas Cowboys football, and you know what that means. Mickey Spagnola. Mickey, I think Cooper Rush might think, like, hey, I'm a man of destiny at this point, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's rather remarkable that the Cowboys had to turn to their backup quarterback so early in the season, and Cooper Rush helps the Cowboys win 4 consecutive games. And 5 overall for his career, right? And the last time a Cowboys backup quarterback has done that is 1991 with Steve Berline taking over for Troy Aikman when he sprained his knee late in the season. So if history means anything, it's been a rather remarkable achievement for Rush. And by gosh, if he can win the next game Sunday night in Philadelphia, that would be the most. Now we're going to have to look up the most wins by a backup quarterback since before 1991.
And speaking of that matchup, Philadelphia, they've, of course, undefeated, been one of the surprise teams. Everybody knew they'd be good, but I don't know if anybody was thinking that they were going to be like this. Were you on board thinking they would be like this?
Well, here was my deal going into the season. I recognized the fact that they had kind of strengthened the team through the draft, through free agency, but to me, my opinion was, okay, that's fine and good, but how good's Jalen Hurts going to play? Well, I think after 5 games, he's kind of answered that question. We knew he could run the ball, and he's still running. He's rushed for more than 260 yards so far, but he's also rushed for 6 touchdowns. But it's his passing that's significantly improved, his decision-making, his ability to sit tight in the pocket and look for open receivers instead of pulling the ball down and taking off running. And so I think that's been the difference in maybe what myself thought of the Eagles going into the season and where they are now, the last undefeated team left in the National Football League.
And I think that no one saw their running game coming, how good their running back would be this year, because I know I was surprised by that. I know they ran the football a little bit last year, but this year has been a little exceptional.
Yeah, and when you look at the stats, if you get your quarterback to do what I just said Hurts did, then the running game looks awfully good, right?
Yeah.
And now the thing you got to be aware of, you know, when he takes off running and he puts himself in danger, you know, every step of the way. The Cowboys found that out in 2020, right? With Dak Prescott going down the 5th game of the year. So, yeah, they can't get carried away with all that running, but he seems to be a pretty strong guy, pretty strong leg strength, and so, yeah, their ability to run the ball, meaning that gives the quarterback better protection when it's time to throw, and likely shortens the 3rd down conversions if you're able to run the ball on 1st and 2nd down, something the Cowboys need to improve on.
Well, their defense, the Cowboys' defense, must just be chomping at the bit for this one, because not only is it a division rival, but they can knock them off their perch of being undefeated.
Yeah, and I think this is a pretty proving game for this defense. And, you know, they've played what we thought were pretty good offenses, starting off with Cincinnati last week against the Rams, and even the Giants. We keep forgetting about the Giants. You know, they're 4-1 too. If the Cowboys win, it's a 3-way tie for first in the NFC East that everybody's been making fun of for the last couple years. And I don't know if anybody saw this coming with those teams and the records they have after 5 games. So, yeah, if the defense continues to play well, then I think even though they're starting their backup quarterback in Cooper Rush, it keeps them in the game, gives them a chance to win, gives them a chance to maybe hit a big play here or there, and that might be enough to be able to defeat the Philadelphia Eagles. And
aside from the game, how is Dak doing, and what do you see as far as him getting back?
Well, he's taken, I think, big steps this week to get back into full practice. You know, on Wednesday, He did the quarterback drills that they have the quarterbacks do before practice when special teams is going on. Now, he was throwing the ball during that kind of target drill left-handed. But after practice, he started throwing to wide receivers and throwing with authority, by the way. And today, after being listed as did not practice on the official injury report since he's had the surgery, today he moved up to limited. So he did the quarterback school, they call it, throwing before practice. He threw after practice. And if he's listed at limited, he must have taken a snap or two at quarterback during the regular practice. Now, I don't think he's ready to start yet, but I think this bodes well, Van, for him to be ready to jump into practice next week and possibly start against Detroit.
And like this has been great for Cooper Rush, but it's good for Dak too to let him know, hey, you got to compete. You can't. You got to be ready to go. And if he needed somebody to light a fire under him, this would do it. Don't you agree with that?
Well, I don't think anybody needs to light a fire under Dak Prescott. It burns pretty hot, regardless if he's coming back for injury or just playing. And let's be clear. Look at the contracts, right?
Yeah.
One guy's making $40 million. One guy's making $1 million.
Right.
Dak's not going anywhere, and the only place he'd be going is onto the field starting, I would think, as early as next week.
And as far as you bring up the contracts, Cooper kind of made himself a good resume. Do you think people are going to start bugging the Cowboys about him when Dak does come back, or?
Well, it doesn't matter, no, because now you got a backup quarterback. Now next year could be a different story.
Yeah.
If he's a free agent, then yeah, I would think when we look around the league and have so many teams desperate for quarterback play that they might look at what he's done and say, that might be better than what we have. So yeah, what he's doing now is paving the way either for a future somewhere else or for the Cowboys to say, you know what, we'd like to keep you as our backup quarterback to make sure you don't go anywhere. Here's a raise, because he certainly earned it over these last 4 games.
Either way, he's going to get paid, right? Right?
Sounds that way. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, hey, man, I can't let you go without putting you on the spot. What do we got coming up this week? Like, give us.
Well, you know
prediction.
what? I am so up in the air on this one. I would like to, if you give me the opportunity to see the Eagles' practice injury report from today. We haven't gotten it yet, but 4 of their 5 starting offensive linemen have been listed as limited, and there was a couple guys coming in that they were worried about. So let's see how that pans out, and I'll have a better idea for you tomorrow, and you'll be the first one I tell where I'm going with my pick.
All right, man. Hey, Mickey, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time, man.
All right, Van.
All right, he's Mickey Spagnola. I'm Van Tate. Dallas Cowboys and Philadelphia Eagles this week. We'll see you next time.